where in just the last 15 minutes, the president signed a bill to end the historic partial government shutdown. Lawmakers in Congress had been at odds for 75 days over funding for the Department of Homeland Security. And one local congressman helped give the bill that final push. And there were some impacts specific to Western New York that he hopes will be avoided because of it. Here's Channel 2's Ron Plants.
People at home, they don't care who's winning and losing in Washington. They care about having the services that the American people pay for.
Republican Congressman Langworthy summing up the mood of many among the voting public, frustrated with both political parties over the partial federal government shutdown for many Department of Homeland Security agencies, including the TSA, FEMA, CISA for cybersecurity, the Secret Service, and Coast Guard, with a realization White House emergency funding was running out with consequences for those agencies' employees.
And Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen had made it clear that they would be issuing furlough notices to employees on Friday.
Langworthy says he was concerned about no funding for the Coast Guard, with a boating season about to begin in the Great Lakes, and Buffalo is one of the busiest search and rescue sectors in the nation.
We're in very dire straits with DHS. I mean, we've been talking to Coast Guard straight through. They have an inability to purchase gasoline for automobiles and boats and things that they need just for normal operations because there was no appropriated funds available.
A partisan dispute over funding for immigration and customs enforcement and customs and border protection actions and arrests prolonged that stalemate, even though those agencies were previously funded in last summer's One Big Beautiful Bill. The Senate in March approved the funding, but House GOP leaders were split. Langworthy says, prompted by last week's shooting incident in Washington, he wrote a letter to House Speaker Mike Johnson urging quick passage.
I don't like the way the Senate did it, but this was the way we could get it done the fastest.
Democratic Congressman Tim Kennedy in a statement saying House Republicans during the shutdown risked national security with the affected agencies and staffers and proved the Republican majority cannot govern. Congressman Langworthy says the president actually in the past few days also pushed Speaker Johnson to seek passage for this DHS funding bill, which, by the way, covers 260,000 federal staffers. On your side, Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.